Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to show you a setup that you've never seen in your life. Okay. And this is a setup that a guy that I knew was using to make $2,000 a day. $2,000 a day without doing anything. And it's insanely powerful. Okay. So, after understanding what he was doing, I decided to go out and develop my own and put my own twist on it. But this thing is insane. Had I not seen what he was doing, I never would have come up with it. So all the credit goes to him. And what I'm going to do is we're going to jump on my iPad right now and I'm going to explain exactly how he was doing it. And guys, it's a thing of beauty. It's honestly a thing of beauty. The best thing is I just jump on the iPad and I'll show you. You'll see it's really, really cool. Hey, what is up, guys? So welcome to this video, and I am going to show you, as I promised, something insane. So it's basically an empire. So I already showed you a syndication empire, but this guy, I met this guy and he was doing something ridiculous, and he was making $2,000 every single day. It's ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain, first I'm going to explain the setup. Okay, what is it that he was doing? Then number two, I'm going to explain how he was making money. Okay, so that halfway through the setup, I'm going to explain a concept about how you make money. And then afterwards, here, I'm going to explain basically what I did, right? So I basically did kind of like the same thing, created a platform, and then kind of like the results, okay? So we're gonna go with this particular agenda for today. So now, the setup. Explain exactly what this guy was doing, and hopefully it's not gonna be too complicated. I'm gonna try and make it simple. So it all started with automation, okay? Automation. So remember I told you, if you've seen my previous videos, and if you haven't seen my previous videos, please go back and check them, because you are going to miss crucial information otherwise. But let's say, for example, there's an algorithm, and remember this line is the paranoia line, right? If you don't know what the paranoia line is, check out my previous videos. And so what I like to do is, instead of going over the line here, what I like to do is to build a lot of accounts that will all stay under the line, right? They're all under the line, but when you combine the power of these accounts, it will take you like way over the line, okay? So, so instead of having one account, for example, that has 1 million followers, I will have 100 accounts that have, like 10,000 followers or something, if my math is correct. Yes, something like that, okay? So that's the concept you need to understand if you want to understand this automation here, okay? That's it. That's all you have to understand for now. So now, what was his secret, okay? He was using a method. I saw this and I thought this is genius. So this guy was automating Twitter, okay? So remember I told you, if you know how to automate, like one social media, you will know how to automate the other ones, okay? So I then replicated this with Instagram. But this is another story. I'm going to tell you about it afterwards. But what this guy did was this. So he had 1,000 Twitter accounts. 1,000 running on automation. It was all automated, okay? And all of these accounts were bringing, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was something like five clicks a day per account or something like this. Don't quote me on the numbers. But basically, he had 5,000 clicks per day from his accounts. So when you look at it individually, every account, 5 clicks, you might say, it sucks, right? What will I do with 5 clicks? But when you combine it over 1,000 accounts, that's a lot of clicks, okay? So what was he doing with those clicks, okay? That's the question. How was he able to make money with this? And this is where the beauty comes in, okay? So what this guy did was this. So he has his account here. So this is Twitter. Okay, I'm not going to draw 1,000 of them, right? And so all these Twitter accounts were basically, when people clicked, they were going to a page, okay? And on this page, there was only one button. There was nothing else. There was a headline that says, you know, I don't know, like click here to make money or something like that. And then that's all people could do, okay? There's only one option that they can use, all right? From there, when they clicked, they went to another page, which was where he actually made money, okay? So before we cover this here, what was that page? We need to cover here, because there's something very important that you need to understand, something super important. And this is where the beauty of what he did is just fantastic. So, in here, if you learn a little bit about automation, and you can actually have a course about automation that I will leave under it, because that's the same thing that I use for myself, and I took this model and I transcribed it to Instagram. But one thing you need to understand is the platform is not going to let you use the same domain or the same link in all these accounts, okay? Because the platform, they only want unique users, right? So if they see the same domain on many accounts, guess what? They all get shut down, all of them, okay? So now, what did he do? How did he fix this problem? Because remember I told you that he was actually making money on this money page there, okay? And okay? He had 1,000. So and this is where things become super beautiful. So he has 1,000 accounts. So let's say these are accounts, okay? So he now needs, if you understand how that works, in order to be safe, he will need 1,000 domains. So each of these accounts will need their own domain, which means that technically he will need 1,000 landing pages. So you know, when people click, they will go to a landing page, right? So that landing page that only has a button that I showed you about, okay? So the requirements is 1,000 domains here, and then here 1,000 landing pages. Normally, that's what you will do, okay? But here is the beauty. So let me explain first how we solved this problem here. So what he did, which I didn't know, is that there are some extensions of domains that will cost you like pennies. I think it's like, what is it, like 50 cents or something? You know, 50 cents per year. So I mean, the first year, only the first year, okay? And then afterwards, I think the price becomes ridiculous or something. But for 1 year, you can have these domains for like ridiculously low price. If I remember correctly, it was like 50 cents. So basically, the domains will cost $500 for him for the whole year. Okay. Now the biggest problem was this: okay, now he has all these domains. He now needs to go and build 1,000 landing pages, and that takes a lot of time. Okay. And this guy, he was a programmer, and what he did, it's just beautiful. And I never would have thought about this because I'm not a programmer, right? But what he did is this: use the technology, okay, that made sure that the 1,000 pages were actually all connected to one page, okay? There was this one page, so he used the technology. Basically, making sure that he never actually had to make landing pages or something. All he had to do was to put a small script in here, and automatically they were putting the content of this page, okay? So what does it mean? It means that if he wants to change anything, he just changes in one place. He never has to go and do it 1,000 times, because that will be counterproductive, okay? So this is how he solved this problem here, which is the biggest problem. And it's thanks to him, thanks to seeing this setup, that I discovered that, hey, I can do that because I did the same. Take you back to, so he solved this big problem here, okay? Actually, but what I did was I basically went on Wix, okay? And I paid the guy. So I gave him I built a template, okay, for Wix. And then I paid the dude to go out and create, what was it like? I think it was like 250 copies of that page. Okay, but it meant that if something needed to change, let's say for example I wanted to change. So one thing that I did, I made sure that the link in here was something called like a pre-link. So it means I can change the destination of this link if I want to. Okay, which basically means that, you know, at least the link I could have changed it in one place. But if I wanted to change the text or anything, then this guy would have had to go to 250 pages and then change it, which, you know, it's a lot of money and it's a lot of time, okay? So seeing what the guy did, I was like, oh, this is beautiful, all right? So let me explain how he was making money. So, you know, how to make money. Okay, now, in order for you to understand how he was making money, you just need to understand a few things. There's a few concepts that you need to understand. It's going to take like a minute, okay? It's super easy. So, Google has many different networks, okay? There is a network that everybody knows, which is AdWords, okay? So, AdWords, and that's all you will need to remember, okay? AdWords, you are paying Google to display your ads, okay? So what is AdWords? Is to display your ads, okay? But I will put in red the person who's paying, okay? You are paying Google, and in green is the person who gets the money, okay? You pay them. So you basically say, if someone types barber Los Angeles, okay? Show my ad at the top of Google. So you've all seen those ads. We use Google every day. So all the first results that say ads, then people say, look, if you display my ad and someone clicks on it, I am ready to pay you. So basically you're ready to pay Google, depending on the market. Let's say you're ready to pay them $1 every time someone sees this ad and clicks on it. Okay? So this is the AdWords network. This is the one that everybody knows about. There's another network. The network is called AdSense. Okay, and not many people know about AdSense. And so AdSense, in this case, is Google paying you to display their ads on your site. Okay? So remember, person who's paying is in red, person who gets the money, this time it's you, is in green. Okay, so how does it work? So AdSense, basically how it works is this, is let's say you have a website. This is your website, and let's say you have some traffic and stuff. And Google is going to tell you, okay, so on your website, please reserve me these spots here, okay? And I will just put this script. So they give you a script that you put here. And they say, I'm going to take care of the rest. What I'm going to do is on all these spots, I'm going to show some like ads from different advertisers. Okay. So AdSense is very targeted. So let's say, for example, if your website is about puppies, then they will show advertiser one about, teaching your puppy not to pee everywhere. The other one will be teaching your puppy how to sleep. And this one is the food for puppies or something, right? And they have an algorithm that's going to rotate all that stuff, okay? Because, so all these people, so this person there said to Google, they said, Google, if someone clicks on my ad, I am ready to pay you, let's say $1, okay? And this person did the same thing. All right, so I'm not gonna do all of them, okay? So they are ready to pay Google $1, okay? But here's the beauty. The beauty is that because Google is going to earn this dollar on your website, because this is your website, they say, hey, look, for every dollar we give you 67 cents, okay? So basically, you can make a whole lot of money with this thing. So someone is paying Google. So Google is still making money. Don't get me wrong. Google is not in the business of giving you money. So they are getting 33 cents for something for a click, and you are getting 67, okay? Because all this happened on your website. So why are they ready to pay you that much? Well, it's because, well, you know, that much. They get 33 cents for something that doesn't belong to them. But also, you are writing articles, you're making videos and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of, you know, work that needs to be done here to make sure that your website attracts quality visitors, has good traffic, and hence people are actually going to click on the ads, okay? So this is how it works. So now that you understand this, you will understand how I was making money. So this guy, remember I told you, he was sending people over to a page that had a button. So the button says, click here, okay? And now they go to a page where, you guessed it, there is AdSense, okay? And now, he didn't have to sell anything. He was sending, so let's say he was sending, you know, he had like 5 leads per day. So this was 5,000 people per day going here, okay? And let's say that, you know, most of them clicked. Let's say 80% of them clicked. So I think, gee, my math is bad, but let's say, I think it's 4,000, right? Something like that. So let's say that now he has 4,000 people every day that go to this page, okay? And some of them will click here on some of these things there. And for each click, he will get 67 cents, okay? And that's a lot of people every day. And so this thing there, so here in this example, I said it's 67 cents. But depending on the market that you're in, this could be, and guys, I'm not kidding, some people are ready to pay up to $500 for one click. $500. And so you'll get 67% of that. Don't ask me to run the number, okay? That's a lot of money. So I don't know, he never actually told me and showed me the websites and stuff, right? So I don't know exactly how much he was getting per click, but that's a lot of money that you can make here, all right? So that's how he was making money. Now, if you're like, you know what? I am going to do this myself right now. Please, guys, understand that, well, he made a ton of money with this thing, but at some point, AdWords, because Google, they're not idiots, they figured out what was happening and they basically obliterated the guy's account. But you know, you might want to try that with another network. There are other networks other than AdWords, but that's what the guy was doing. And so, so me, when I saw this, I was like, this is brilliant, okay? It's brilliant. So the main thing for me was being able to have one central page that controls all the other ones, which I, you know, because I'm not a programmer, I didn't have, it wasn't a reflex for my brain to do this, okay? But then once I saw this, then I decided, hey, you know what? Why don't I create my own platform where by pressing a button, I press one button, okay? There's one button there. I can syndicate that same page to many different domains in like a second, okay? So I have one page that I create in this interface. I press one button, boom, it goes boom, 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 boom. And then that's it. Now I have many options and I can use, so what can I do with this? So I can use it on social media. So every single social media account will have a different link. Okay? But I can also use this in, well, in a lot of different things, okay? But for example, I have some kind of like underground systems, right? Underground systems to get free traffic that I have created, and I can just rotate. all these pages. It's the same exact page. People won't see a difference, right? But in terms of the algorithm will see a difference because I'm not sending people over to the same page all the time. And I'm undetectable, all right? And anyway, all these pages, remember what they do? They send people over to the same beneficiary. So this one's getting all the traffic, right? But it looks like these are different people, okay? So I can even use that in like emails and stuff. And there's a technology that I use, which is called Spintax. I can use Spintax super easily to use this. So now, if you don't know what Spintax is, it was in one of my previous videos. Please go ahead and check it. And at some point, I'm actually going to show you examples of Spintax. You're going to see how cool this is, maybe in the next couple of videos, okay? So, I built my own tool to do this, okay? And it works like gangbusters, okay? So what I ended up doing was, remember I told you, and there is a video, guys, where I was showing you how I was automating. So I had 500 Instagram accounts, 500, okay? And as you guessed it, so this guy was doing it on Twitter, and I took the same approach. So I basically had Instagram accounts. So, and that's the lesson that I want you guys to remember is once you know how you know a strategy, right? You know the strategy. If it applies to Twitter, you can apply it to Instagram later, and then you can apply it to whatever, Pinterest and LinkedIn, whatever. Okay, so they were basically sending to different pages on different domains. And remember how many clicks it took me to create those? 1 click. Okay, 1 click. I create all of them. All right, and then afterwards, all these pages, they were sending people over to the same exact spot, which was my money-making page. This is where I make money. So this could be sending people over to a page where you're actually collecting their email, and then from the email, you send them to a autoresponder or something, and now they get emails from you, right? And this is where you make the money, okay? But this is what I did. It's working like gangbusters. And this was working for Instagram. It is working for, I'm not going to say the name because 3 days ago, one of my accounts just got shut down out of the blue. Bam! They shut down my account, my main account that I had for like 14 years. I was able to get it back. So I'm not going to mention the name of this network anymore, just in case, right? But you can do it with anything, like TikTok, anything, right? Just as long as you understand the strategy. That's what I always say, guys. Please, please, please remember this. The strategy is what matters. The tools don't matter, right? This tool is different. This is IG. This is different from Twitter. The tool doesn't matter, right? As long as you understand the strategy. Well, I don't know how to do it on Twitter for now, or I don't want to do it on Twitter because I think I have a better chance of doing it on Instagram. Then, boom, Instagram. And why would you do it on one network instead of the other, right? If you remember in my previous videos, I explained the life cycle of social media. Remember the life cycle? Here's the thing. That life cycle is it's crucial because if you understand this life cycle, right? Here, you could be losing money. And if you understand the life cycle here, you could be making shit ton of money, okay? And what is the difference between here and here? Why would you go here instead of there? Well, it's in one of my previous videos, okay? Sorry, I'm being a bastard. I am going to force you to go watch the previous videos because I explained this in details. If you understand social media, you will understand where the money is, right? And which network is more likely to give you that money and which network is more likely to take your money, okay? That's a very powerful lesson. Anyway, so guys, I guess that's pretty much it for today. Hopefully it isn't too complicated to follow. I'm going to summarize this, okay? Just so you understand the basics of what this guy was doing. So here, one, he automated social media, okay? Number two, he created many landing pages, okay, on different domains. Okay, I'm keeping it simple. Number 3, he sent traffic to these landing pages. And then number 4, the landing page sends people to the money page. All right, number 5, he gets paid every time someone clicks on a banner. And $2,000 a day. $2K per day he was making. Ridiculous stuff. All right, that's basically kind of like, if you had to summarize, that's it. Then the principle is simple. Then the execution, you just have to figure out, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? And then at the end of the day, hey, money in the bank. Okay, that's it. All right, guys. So now, if you like this video, and I promise you that I was going to blow your mind. If did blew your mind, guys, trust me, there's more in my playlist. Go click on the link. There will be a link of the playlist. Click on the playlist and watch the previous videos, because there's some more content that's going to literally blow your mind. And there could be the $1 million idea or solution that you've been looking for. That's there, right there for you. You can use any of those things. You're going to be able to make money. Okay. Also, what I'm going to do is, for those of you guys who now understand, gee, that automation stuff is powerful. What I'm going to do, the first link is going to be a link to my automation course. So I'll show you like social media automation. Okay, it's not just automation, it's social media automation. Course that I did, it was a course that I created for those 500 accounts that I automated on Instagram, and I show you all the strategy. So this strategy that I show you here, but also strategy using Messenger. Okay. And then you can use it for anything you want. I was sending it to Messenger, right? But you can send it to anything. You can send it to, an SMS, blah, blah, blah. Or you can send it to a YouTube channel, or you can send it, let's say you want to grow your YouTube channel, right? So here in this example, let's say you don't want to do AdSense, okay? AdSense. Well, let's say that you just replace AdSense with your YouTube channel. You know what I mean? So if you want to grow your YouTube channel and you want to monetize that YouTube channel, because after a certain number of views, then YouTube's going to start paying you. You know what I mean? So again, as I said, the strategy is what matters. This is just a tool, okay? This page is a tool. You can replace that with your YouTube, or you can replace it. What do people pay you for? YouTube, I don't know if you want to grow your TikTok, or you want to grow a group, or whatever, right? As long as you understand the strategy, then you can do this, okay? So guys, that's pretty much it for me for today, guys. Hopefully, a lot of you guys are going to have like aha moments, and you're going to be like, oh wow, I need this in my life. And that will literally change your life if you understand this. Then it's up to you to go out and find a way to make it happen. Me, that's what I did. I saw someone doing it. I found a way to make it happen, some way to make it super easy for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So anyway, there are the links inside the description of this video. And I thank you very much for your attention. And as always, have a good day and see you in the next video. Bye.